Hello, welcome back to the Tremec TKX channel. My name's Sean. If this is your first time on the channel, I welcome you to check out some of my previous videos. If you like my content, please hit that subscribe button. And if you like my videos, hey, hit that like button and feel free to comment. With that said, today's video is going to be talking about a new transmission that I bought for my project Old School Behind Me 1967 Pontiac Firebird convertible. I've owned the car since 94, and here we are. I can show you here. This was a build that we've been working on for a year now, due to more than anything else a lack of parts. So you can see that list. Let's just me spin around here and I'll show you what we've done. It got it was and still is a numbers matching car. Has a new motor, new performance radiator with cooling fans, new EFI system, Holley Sniper, new Holley electronic distributor, new fuel system, including tank, fuel lines, pump, the whole deal, new clutch, new flywheel, new gauges in the interior, new radio with Bluetooth capability, and of course now a new trans. So that's some of the things that we've done that there are previous videos on. I'm going to zoom out here so you can see the car in detail. It is on the lift at the moment. It is a true numbers matching HO convertible that I have made some changes to, but I have kept original parts off the car in case I ever want to go back. But you can see here there's been a brake upgrade. It is lowered, and it has wheels and tires on it. There's a lot of really great upgrades underneath there. So this gives you a really good chance to see the motor from behind. It's got some really nice Doug's headers, everything. Exhaust is off the car, but man, there's this really great exhaust that I had made at the local Meineke shop, giving Casey and his crew in Mechanicsburg there a shout out. You can see some of their work there. And then I had a clutch I had bought new along with the flywheel, and I am changing this out. And I ordered a replacement. It should be here by Wednesday. I'm changing out just the clutch disc itself, and I'll tell you why. And this is the reason why. I was running the original Muncie that came in the car, and I paid a gentleman to rebuild it here. Waited on it. I mean, seemed like forever. He had cancer. He was pretty sick. He finished the job, and unfortunately, sadly, he died a month later. Training sat in the garage here for a little bit. We put it in the car, got the build finished up. I put fluids in it, and we got the car started, and she started just leaking fluids from the case here. I had it coming out the tail section. We had it leaking from the front here as well, and even from up here, a couple other places. And I went over, I started tightening things up. I got this to slow down to a seep, but I still had some oil or gear fluid coming out there, and I still had it just leaking terribly out the front. And I thought to myself, if I have to pull this again, I've never really been happy with this, and I did get a chance to drive the car about 5 miles a couple times around my house here, a couple loops, and I realized quite quickly, even though I didn't really get to go very fast, that the car definitely needs a fifth gear. So in comes the Tremec TKX. And this is a modified TKX because I bought this from Silver Sport Transmissions, and I can't say enough great things about these guys. But let me just show you the comparison. This is a slightly larger transmission in length by about approximately 3 inches. However, it is meant to be a direct bolt-in. If you look here, you'll see that these pretty much are in the same place, so you don't have to cut your floor like you used to have to do if you got a Tremec and you wanted to do the conversion on these old F bodies. And you can see here what all comes with the kit. I did also, by the way, I want to mention that I had to convert from a 10 spline to a 26, and that adds a ton more strength. So that's why I had to order a new clutch disc with a 26 spline capabilities. But here you can see the original drive shaft next to the new one. And you'll notice that this is not 3 inches shorter like you would expect. And that's because when I called, they asked me a lot of questions. And one of the questions was, is your car lowered? And I said, yes, it is. And I said, okay, we're going to accommodate that on the drive shaft length. So it is slightly longer due to the fact that the car is lowered. There you can see the original transmission cross member. And there's the new one. Just high quality stuff. And then here's all the components that came in the kit, from the trans fluid to all new hardware and a white, as you can see here, 5-speed shifter knob to go with my old Hurst. So why did I use Silver Sport transmissions? Well, let me spin this around and I'll tell you. So I started doing my research. I talked to these guys at the Ford Nationals this year in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, and you know, they gave me some, you know, pricing options, but I really wasn't sure it was that serious. But when I realized that the Muncie had to come out, and I just really didn't feel like going through the hassle of having to pay to have somebody else pull it apart and put it back together, to still be, at the end of the day, stuck with a 4-speed transmission when I really felt like the car needed an overdrive gear anyway for the highway. So I'm back to, I need a 5-speed. It's time. I felt like the Lord was telling me, okay, listen, you've had multiple problems with this trans. It's time to move on. So with that said, I Googled, I started looking at who sells these TKXs and who offers kits to do basically all the components that I showed you there. And you know, Modern Driveline came up, American Powertrain, and then of course, you know, I had spoken to Silver Sport, and I'm looking at the box right now, at the Nationals. And I'll tell you why I chose to go with Silver Sport. And they were not the cheapest price, but they were pretty close in a competitive price range. However, these guys answered the phone, first and foremost. Every time I called, somebody answered the phone. And I can't say that about the competitors, because I called and I had to leave messages. Or the calls got transferred and then nobody was there and I had to leave a voice message anyway. So, with that said, I look at it this way. If they can't be available to call to place the order, who's going to be there to support me after the sale? So that's important to me. So I started doing some research. And, you know, these guys, Silver Sport has a great reputation for service after the sale. So that's why I placed my call to them. I was out the door about $4,300. Yeah, it's a lot of money. However, it's going to completely change this car's behavior around town, on the highway, the fuel mileage, just everything about it's going to be better. So with that said, you know, I would hope that you keep checking back. There'll be an updated video once the transmission's actually installed in the car, and I can actually give you a driving video. With that said, thanks for watching. Thanks for giving me a chance to explain everything to you. And, you know, keep checking back. Driven to Compete, watch, like, subscribe, and have a great day.